What's up guys, I'm Random Frank P, back with episode 187 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off some of the best gaming setups to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. This week our special guest is Nerd Show and Tell, showing off his setup behind his Twitch channel. If you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. But let's kick it off, episode 187. Now, first up, we have Dennis P with this very neon setup. And at first, I was kind of, not about it. But in his email, he also mentioned he was from Brazil. So that neon green kind of, makes more sense. But I like how he really matched the rest of the setup to that color with some of the accents in the keyboard, the PC, the wallpaper, stuff like that. So for a single display, mounted is the Acer Predator X34. A nice vibrant wallpaper. For its peripherals, we have the Motospeed CK101 keyboard, again with them accented lime green keycaps, the Logitech G403 mouse, the Creative Sound Blaster Omni Surround 5.1 amp and DAC, which is powering both of his headphones here, one of them being the Audio-Technica ATH M50X, and I'm not too sure about that other one on the right side. Then on the left side of his desk, he also has a secondary setup. This monitor is a Dell UltraSharp, it's a 25-inch model, with the Edifier R19U speakers. With the PS4 there, you can see the secondary setup is mainly used for console gaming. And by the way, it's that geometric figure. I know I'm going to get asked about it. They're from Umbra. I'll put the link to them down below. But now we're going to check out the Neon PC, still looking pretty nice. The Thermaltake View 27 ring case, inside an Intel i5 6400 CPU with 16 gigs of T-Force Delta RGB RAM, Gigabyte G1 Sniper B7 motherboard, and the Gigabyte GTX 1060 G1 graphics card. With the blue RGB light inside, it makes this PC like a blacklight effect pretty much, with the custom cables just glowing essentially. You can take a look underneath the desk, super clean, an absolute great job with cable management. And in the end, I'm really digging this. I think you did a good job of using the RGB to your advantage to match that all kind of neon color theme you have going on throughout. Next is a setup from Empyrean, and this one's really unique looking, with more of a lounge kind of setup. You could see the massive TV there with 2 additional monitors on top, and the PC underneath. Definitely seems like a cool spot to kick back, relax, and play some games. So checking it out, his primary display is a 55-inch 4K Samsung TV, with both of the monitors mounted up top being 27-inch panels from BenQ. Now, as for his peripherals on the sort of makeshift table here in front of the couch, it's the SteelSeries Apex Raw keyboard with the Razer Death Adder Chroma. I do feel like wireless peripherals would make more sense, so there's not cables dragging across the floor leading into the PC, which is also mounted to the wall in the ever so popular Thermaltake Core P3 case inside that Intel i7 6700 CPU with 16 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaw V RAM. Got the Asus Maximus 8 Hero motherboard with an MSI GTX 1080 graphics card. And for a look around the room, I'm loving the console collection here on display with the shelves and the lights and stuff. Really cool and just adds a little bit more authenticity to the room, I guess you could say. And even on the other side, a little spot for some extra gaming. He's got the Metal Slug arcade game there. So a hell of a gaming room, definitely comfy. I imagine it might be kind of hard to see what's going on the top 2 displays if you just have Twitter or something up with the small text. But to each his own, and it's still a pretty killer spot. Hot damn, we got ArcWise here with the super clean triple monitor setup that I would eat off of that desk. That's how clean this is. Well, maybe not, but you get the idea. I am absolutely loving the way this all comes together here. And that's echoed throughout the whole room with those hexagon prints above. Those are hexagons, right? Yeah. Been 10 plus years since I've had geometry class. But either way, this is crazy. Another thing is I love the color in the wallpaper. Very bright and vibrant, which is a nice contrast from the all-white sterile look. So all 3 of those monitors are from Samsung. They're 27 inches apiece. And he still has all that clear desktop space, which is really nice and refreshing. Now, checking out those peripherals, underneath is the Cooler Master Master Keys Pro S keyboard in white. I'm going to say it, super clean. Matching that to the white Logitech G305 Lightspeed wireless mouse. I should note for the keyboard, it's actually custom painted gray with blank white keycaps, and these just have white LED lights inside. But the whole custom DIY factor makes it all that extra special. And I like how it is on that tray underneath because, again, it just frees up all that room on the desktop, less clutter, nice little spot for them. You can see those speakers there are the Edifier R1280T. Moving over to the PC, this is the NZXT H500i case, of course in white. Inside we have an Intel i9 9900K CPU with the Corsair H55 AIO, 32 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z RGB RAM on the Asus Prime Z390A motherboard, and the KFA2 RTX 2080 graphics card with the NZXT Kraken G12 GPU cooler. Even has a custom GPU plate on there just to make it all fit in with that really nice black and white build on the inside. This looks sexy. Then on the left side of the room, off to the side of the setup, he has this massive blank wall for his Acer projector. So 3 monitors plus a massive, that's probably like 100 inches. This is just a crazy, crazy room. And I mean, come on, how could you not think this is a crazy nice setup? I was gonna save this one for the clean and minimal edition, but it's just too nice not to show off now. Crazy good stuff from ArcWise.
Hi, I'm Nerd Show and Tell, a partner Twitch streamer, and welcome to my streaming studio. Powered by 4 PCs, 14 displays, 8 cameras, and more lights than a city block, this studio is more often compared to NASA Mission Control than a streaming rig. When designing this studio, the primary focus was on building something that would be interactive and adapt to my live shows, game, or topic. Utilizing custom scripts, voice commands, and multiple Elgato Stream Decks, one person is able to trigger visual effects that bring an immersive experience to both the viewer and the streamer. The cabinet area above the desk consists of 5 Samsung 1080p monitors and 2 Samsung 4K TVs. These displays are for visual effects only and are changed to suit whatever situation is happening in the show. Things are taken up a notch when these displays are combined with the smart home and professional DJ DMX lighting system. Now let's turn our attention to the main desk. From the far right, we have an LG 24-inch 4K monitor connected to the secondary game PC. Next, to the left and the far left, we have our 3 LG 27-inch 4K monitors rotated in portrait orientation connected to the stream PC. Finally, in the center, we have our LG 31.5-inch 4K HDR monitor. The Stream PC and primary gaming PC are identical custom builds when it comes to the base components. They both use the Corsair Carbide Air 540 case, which contains the ASRock Z390 Taichi Ultimate motherboard, Intel i9 9900K CPU, 32GB of G.Skill Ripjaws 5 Series RAM, 2 Samsung 970 Pro 1TB M.2 SSDs, a Corsair Hydro H100i RGB Platinum AIO cooler, the Corsair HX1200i 1200 watt power supply, and a Corsair Commander Pro to manage the fans and RGB lighting. Additional features of the Stream PC include an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti Founders Edition GPU, 2 Elgato 4K 60 Pro capture cards, an additional Elgato HD 60 Pro 1080p capture card, and a PCIe USB card. External devices connected to the Stream PC include an NTEC DMX USB lighting controller, 2 Elgato Camlink 4Ks, a 15-button Elgato Stream Deck, 2 32-button Elgato Stream Deck XLs, and a Korg Nano Control 2 MIDI control board. Moving on to the primary game PC, the additions to the base build include an EVGA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti for the Win 3 Ultra GPU, and an additional Samsung 970 EVO 1TB M.2 SSD. Next, the secondary game PC contains an Asus ROG Maximus 9 Formula motherboard, i7 7700K CPU, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti Founders Edition GPU, 32GB of Corsair Vengeance RAM, and then the Samsung 960 Pro 1TB M.2 SSD, Corsair H100i V2 Liquid AIO cooler, and an Antec 1200 watt power supply. Finally, we have the monitor wall PC, used to power the 5 Samsung 1080p monitors installed in the above cabinets. Converted from an old game PC, this custom build uses a Silverstone Tech case, MSI Micro ATX motherboard, an older AMD CPU, 16GB of RAM, and an AMD Radeon RX 580 GPU. All of this combined with additional sound, lighting, and a custom DX Racer King Series chair make this the Starship Bridge I've always wanted. Now, before I go, I'd like to thank Frank for having me on his show, and I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of the Nerd Show and Tell streaming studio.
This episode of Room Tour Project is sponsored by Elgato and the Stream Deck XL. You literally have unlimited macros thanks to their 32 backlit LCD keys that are fully customizable. From all your streaming needs, photo editing, video editing, gaming, anything you would need numerous macros for, you can assign to the Stream Deck XL, and everything is very simple to configure. It's all drag and drop, and at the press of a button, it's done. Check the link down below if you want to learn more. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 187 of Room Tour Project. Hope you all enjoyed. Shout out to Shane from Nerdy Show and Tell. If you want to check out his Twitch, I'll have it listed for you in the description down below, as well as all the gear and hardware you saw. That'll be listed down there for you. And some very simple instructions on how to submit your setup if you want to be possibly considered to be on a future episode of Room Tour Project. Just check down below for it all. If you like this episode, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed episode 187. Have a good day.